African Diaspora News family. My name is Reneilwe Morema and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel. I'm reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa, and welcome back to another informative episode right here on the African Diaspora News YouTube channel. Don't forget to give this broadcast a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this segment on your social media platforms, but most importantly, let us engage in the comment section below. You know, when you see my face, I'm about to address the injustices of the Black community across the globe. Now let us get into it. Well, look at the United States of America seizing land from a hard-working Black family that relies on their farm to make a living. And now the United States government wants to seize that land without compensation for a railway project. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. A Georgia Superior Court judge has ruled that a railroad company can seize the land of a Black farming couple. Blaine and Diane Smith had previously filed a petition against Sandersville Railroad Company after the Georgia Public Commission approved the company's request to seize their land for a rail line project in Hancock County. The new project, known as Hanson Spur, aims to create an industrial rail line to transport construction materials and agricultural products. Proponents of the project argue the rail line will reduce truck traffic on local roads and produce economic benefit for the county. The Smiths' land was seized under eminent domain, a legal principle that allows government entities to take private property for public use. The farming couple argued that their land wasn't being used for the public, but rather for the benefit of private companies. In a ruling earlier this month, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Craig L. Showell Sr. upheld Georgia Public Commission's previous decision allowing Sandersville Railroad to seize the Smiths' land. Blaine said his ancestors worked as enslaved individuals on the land, which his family has owned since the 1920s.
Okay.
Driving across their nearly 600 acres
Yeah, you can see a lot of little trees over there. You see the tops of them.
never gets old for Blaine and Diane Smith. The history just as rich as the timber crops they've been farming.
We used to go down there. It's a special rock that we like to sit on.
Blaine's enslaved ancestors lived and worked on this Sparta land. Now, he and his wife own the very property. The family among the less than 2% of Black farmers nationwide.
My father farmed this land almost all of his life. My grandfather farmed it most of his life. He bought it back in the 1920s. During that time, he raised cotton, corn, peas, all kinds of vegetables. But it's still in the Smith family. Not one piece of it has gotten away.
Until this September. State leaders decided parts of the Sparta land are no longer theirs.
It's my property. You know, you don't have the right to take.
But a private company does have the right to take it, according to the unanimous vote from the Georgia Public Service Commission. The agency, comprised of 5 elected officials, oversees eminent domain. Eminent domain, the right of a government or its agent to appropriate private property for public use with payment of compensation. In Georgia, the process starts by first condemning the site. The Georgia PSC members agreed private company Sandersville Railroad could legally condemn 9 properties in Sparta, including parts of the Smiths, for the company's Hanson Spur project, a 4.5-mile spur connecting raw material producers to the CSX rail line in Hancock County. Essentially, hauling rocks that be used to build concrete. The company argues the train project will improve infrastructure. But the Smiths feel railroaded.
If you listen to the railroad folks, they say you're keeping your land. We're just taking a little piece of it. To me, we've got somebody who's coming through it like they are. They're devaluing it. They're defacing it. They're creating hazards through it.
Eminent domain is a bunch of BS. I mean, if eminent domain is for public use, then how does a private railroad company justify its claims? I can tell you how. The government created eminent domain so that Black citizens owning land can pass down their land to the country. This is a private company wanting to seize land. It's not the government, which makes me wonder, is the government in it too? Are they conspiring with private entities to force landowners of color into giving up their properties? If so, this is eminent domain abuse at its finest. And then the United States has the guts to act holier than thou and accuse South Africa of swindling land from white people, the very same white people that created racial laws of apartheid that allowed them to steal our land without compensation. What is happening to Blaine and Diane Smith is intentional. This happens a lot to black landowners. The title officers and public officials are on it too. Their pockets are filled because of these schemes.
They feel like you guys are robbing them of their family legacy, of their family land.
Well, you know, I understand that, and it's the condemnation process is a last resort. We have had multiple conversations with the landowners.
While several other property owners made deals with the company, 3 families are holding out, including the Smiths, in part over fears if they give up land now, the company could take even more. Would you guys come back and take more land?
Well, I don't know exactly who you're talking to, but everyone I've dealt with that's a landowner, we've had very constructive dialogue.
So would you take more land if you needed it?
No, we're very clear.
A claim the Smiths don't believe.
Because when they come and take that property, it's gone forever.
It's why the Institute for Justice now represents the families against the railroad.
This white-owned railroad company's reasoning capacity is that of a hungry capitalist that would say anything to steal from you. Of course, they'll say the railroad will benefit everybody. I mean, that reason alone is a red flag. That reasoning is not enough. This project is not economically feasible, and it must not be a legitimate public use. What the railroad company has showed us is that this track they're trying to build is going to promote the profits and the cost reductions for a couple of private companies, and that's all it is. If the government is trying to control and take possession for the greater good of the people, how many people are going to benefit from this railroad project? The only practical solution is that this white-owned railroad company should lease the land from the Smiths. That's the only way the Smiths and others are going to make a profit, and they will still retain control of their land. This is a profitable investment, and it makes sense. This white-owned railroad company is so pissed at the fact that a black person can own 600 acres of land. So they schemed with the government to steal their land. They don't want us owning anything. And you know what's crazy? All of these events are happening during Black Month history. Imagine it's happening during this glorious historical month for black people. They don't want to see you guys owning anything. They don't want you to have anything in life. They even disrespect the most important month for black people. They did the total disregard for them folks. When they want to get something, they will get something. And if they don't get what they want, they will start an entire propaganda, an entire lie, just to justify to get what they want or justify their means of getting their goals or achieving their goals. It doesn't matter who they hurt in the process. They don't give a hoot rats. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you